This week, a national strike organised by the University and College Union UCU came to the University of East London. UCU member teaching staff picketed campuses in Stratford and Docklands in support of improved pay conditions. Rising East visited the Docklands picket line to talk to those taking part.
We're out on strike today. We haven't taken this decision lightly, but we're out on strike because of the working conditions at UEL now. Over the last few years, staff have been leaving and have not been replaced, and we're doing more and more work, and we just can't cope with that any longer. And for the last 10 years, we haven't had a proper pay rise in line with inflation. So we've had our living standards cut, and basically we want to improve our conditions, and we've come to the end of the road.
I think it's worth putting into context the employer's point of view as well. So in a sense, there's been a kind of economic storm over the last few years. So first of all, there's the decline in student numbers across the whole sector, which has put pressure on universities' funding. The second one is all the uncertainty about student fees. But the third one, and probably the most worrying one for universities generally, is the cost of pension provision. We are in what's called the Teachers' Pension Scheme and the Local Government Pension Scheme. And the cost of providing pensions provision for employees has gone up by a substantial amount. And it's not just UEL that it's impacted on, it's all the universities in the sector. So these three things, all this uncertainty and these cost increases have impacted on the universities and made it very much more difficult for them to be able to provide the sort of level of increases that UCU have been asking for.
We know it's going to affect students in the short term, and we're very sorry about that, but I think in terms of the improvement for our conditions will also improve the conditions for students.
We do respect our staff's right to go on strike, and we want to conduct all of these arrangements in as civilised way as we possibly can. But our primary objective is to ensure that the students have the best possible experience, and where there is disruption, we minimise the disruption as much as we can.
Very important that students actually recognise that although management talk all the time about the student experience and that they're putting students first, actually they're not putting students first, because if you don't have good staff, if you don't have good lecturers who have the time to prepare their lectures, then that doesn't help anybody. And we really think that student and staff together is needed in order to impress upon senior management that things need to change.
Other elements of the dispute relate to three different types of working arrangements. So the first one is about casualisation. And this is about hourly paid lecturers and the conditions under which hourly paid lecturers work. Because there is an argument that they don't have the same level of continuity of employment that other staff have.
I mean, I'm very lucky because I've been here for nearly 10 years, so I'm on a permanent contract. People that are on hourly, basically the equivalent of an hourly paid lecturer, 0 hours contract. So you're paid by the hour, and it's very precarious. And you can do that for 3 years without having any formalisation of your contract.
We have right now about 127 hourly paid staff working with us, which is just less than 17% of the total workforce, although they actually account for less than 5% of the total teaching hours.
What we are doing over the next week is we are making sure that we are in listening mode. Yes, there's been a number of actions taken, and it's making sure that all of our executive board are there at the picket lines, talking to individuals, listening to their concerns, etc., and making sure that we act on it. Now, we may not have exactly the answers today, but we're certainly not sitting back.